Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing my second trimester pregnancy update video with y'all, and I cannot even believe that these words are coming out of my mouth. It does not feel like I'm already in my third trimester, which is nuts. It's just really nuts how fast the time is going by this time, but I'm super thankful. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Katelyn. I am a mom to a 1-year-old little boy. He's actually almost 18 months old. And I'm due with baby number 2 in July. So I am currently 28 weeks pregnant as I'm filming this, but I have tons of notes from the beginning of my second trimester all the way till the end. And I'll fill you in on all the details. If y'all have any questions or if you have any comments, any things y'all want to see in these pregnancy videos, please let me know. And if you do enjoy this video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and we'll go ahead and jump in for today. Alright, so getting started with the second trimester update. If y'all haven't seen my first trimester update, I'll try and link that video in the description box so y'all can go check that one out. There's some information in that video that may be helpful to y'all to see for this video, just like updates from what happened last time. And with that being said, at the very beginning of my second trimester, I was able to stop taking the pills. I think they were progesterone pills. It was for my progesterone level or something like that. I might be wording that wrong. But I had a lower blood count level at the beginning of the pregnancy, so I was on that during my first trimester, and that caused me to be very sick. So I was super excited to be off of that going into my second trimester. Also at the beginning of the second trimester, my energy came back. I was able to really function well throughout the day without feeling like I needed to take a nap, which, being a toddler mom, that was a huge plus. He does still nap every day, so I'm thankful for that little break, but it was rough being pregnant and being so sick at the beginning, I will say that. Also, I didn't have much of an appetite in my first trimester, but I'm happy to report that my appetite finally came back during the second trimester, and it came back around 14 weeks. It wasn't like right at 12 weeks, which my first pregnancy, I was not as nauseous like right at 12 weeks. This one, it did take me a little bit longer, so it was about 14 weeks whenever I was finally able to eat again, and where nothing or where everything sounded good again, because in my first trimester nothing sounded good. So I was thankful for that as well. So I'm out of breath because I am pregnant, so it might sound like I'm running a marathon. I promise I'm not. I'm just sitting here talking. Pregnancy, that is like one of the biggest symptoms, is shortness of breath. Okay, so next thing was some tailbone pain. I started having tailbone pain here and there. It would like just kind of come and go, and it felt like it was in my tailbone, but it was like my lower back, tailbone, and maybe even my hip. I couldn't quite place my finger on exactly where it was hurting, but somewhere in that area. And it would hurt like if I was on my feet a lot, I would notice it hurting, but it was still not a very consistent pain. Just here and there, it would like kind of come and go, and I would just put like a heating pad on it, and that would kind of just help it. So that was one thing that I started having. I also had headaches a good bit. At the very beginning of the second trimester, I would say I had a few of them, and they were like mild headaches, just a headache. But recently, like in the later weeks of my second trimester, I'd been having like really bad headaches, which I had a past history of preeclampsia. Almost had it last time when I was pregnant. And so I asked my doctor about it recently, and she said, you know, just to continue to monitor my blood pressure and swelling or anything like that, that, you know, if I have any of those symptoms, to let her know, because we are being very precautious with that history. But as of now, everything was okay, and it might just be like a sinus headache or a tension headache. So, you know, she recommended a few things like allergy medicine for me to take. And then like if I have a headache, Tylenol, and then I would do like a little bit of peppermint oil and ice, and that really has been helping. Haven't had them every single day, which I'm thankful for, but in the recent weeks it's been like pretty consistently like every other day, and they're really bad to the point that like I can't really move my head without feeling like the room is spinning and like I'm gonna throw up. It just is like not one of those fun headaches. Not that any headache is fun, but just a really bad headache in that area. So headaches were a big one that I've dealt with. I felt the baby move for the first time, the little flutters, around 16 weeks. So they say with your pregnancies after your first one that you typically will feel the baby move a little bit earlier, and that was true for me because I think I didn't feel the baby move the first pregnancy until closer to 20 weeks, maybe even a little bit after that. But this time I definitely started feeling stuff around 16 weeks, which was so fun. And so that was really sweet. Let's see. At 20 weeks, I had my anatomy scan and all of that checked out great. The baby looked good. That's where they go in and check all of the anatomy of the baby. Everything looked good with that. My blood pressure was good at that appointment. Everything, heart rate and all of that looked really good, which I'm so thankful for. And also we did not find out the gender. So if you're new to my pregnancy update videos, we're not finding out the gender of this baby until the birth. So it's going to be a big surprise, which I'm really excited about. But at the ultrasound tech did have to like check for the gender. But she said she wouldn't even put it in my chart, that like everyone's going to be surprised, including my doctor, which I think is really fun. So she said it's like not even in my chart. But if I were to ever have another ultrasound, to like let the tech know that, hey, we're not finding out the gender, just in case. That could be bad if they just like slipped it to us and be like, oh. But we've come this far waiting, and we're really excited to be surprised. Okay, and I've mentioned this before in a video on my channel, but around 24 weeks, I stopped working. That is when this whole like pandemic thing has come out with the coronavirus. So my work shut down, and I stopped working, obviously. And around that same time, I started dealing with a really bad, like, I think my doctor described it as nerve pain in my back. And it was mostly on my right side, which I'm not really sure why it favors one side, but it did. And it was really bad to the point of, once again, I couldn't function for a couple of days there. And I went in and saw her. She gave me a muscle relaxer, and that did help a little bit. But honestly, what really helped me the most was just resting it, putting heat on it, and then just kind of letting it run its course. So I'm glad to say that it was just a little patch there. It didn't last very much longer than like a week. But that was something that I dealt with, was nerve pain in my back. And that probably is just because the baby's moving all around and my organs and all that is like shifting. Things just happen like that. The baby, he or she, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, could have been pushed up against a nerve or something, and just, I don't know, maybe I pulled a muscle. It could have been really anything, but that's just what she kind of told me for that. Let's see. Also, during the second trimester, in the later weeks, probably right around 24 weeks when all that other stuff was going on, I stopped sleeping so great. So that's not really fun, because I want to say that didn't happen with my first pregnancy until like the very end of the third trimester, like right before I was about to deliver. This time it's happened a lot sooner. And it's honestly just preparing my body for whenever I'm going to be taking care of a newborn in the middle of the night, but it's still not very fun. I have a pregnancy pillow, and that does help a little bit, but it's rough because like some nights I feel like I don't even ever get to sleep. So that part of it is rough, but that just kind of comes with it, honestly. So not sleeping good. Oh, and then I've had a couple times like the leg cramps. Are they called Charlie horses in my legs during the night, like when I'm trying to sleep? I've had that before, and so I just wanted to make mention of it. Let's see. So I've been feeling the baby move around a lot, which is really good. It makes me feel good knowing that the baby's moving and active. I can tell that the baby's getting a lot bigger, and that my stomach is getting much bigger towards the end. I definitely think that I'm bigger this pregnancy than I was last time. I don't really have much to compare to. I have a few pictures from my first pregnancy. And in that, I do feel like my stomach is bigger. It could just be the way that I'm carrying the baby. I might be carrying this baby higher, and I carried my last baby, he was a boy, lower. I don't know. Could be anything. Could just be that I'm eating a lot more. I don't really know, but I do feel like I'm definitely bigger at this point in the pregnancy than I was last time. And the baby, feeling the baby move, he or she is constantly on my right side. Like, they favor that side for some reason. I'm not sure why. I always feel him or her move around on my right side. Well, I'm definitely getting to that point where I am feeling uncomfortable. I can't get comfy at night to go to sleep. My stomach feels big, clothes are getting tight, and I'm just like, I'm only at the beginning of the 3rd trimester, guys. But it's all good. It is all good. That's just part of it. And I'm definitely in a different headspace this pregnancy than last, because it was my first. I didn't really know what to expect and all that. This pregnancy, I know what's coming and I'm just ready for it. I'm embracing it. I'm thankful for what my body can do to be able to have a baby and carry a baby. And I'm just like, I'm not complaining about it nearly as much, especially now since we're like in quarantine anyway. I'm wearing just leggings and t-shirts and just dressing comfy, embracing it. I might as well. Like, there's no point in being hard on myself and just like, I was a lot harder on myself in my first pregnancy and it was just like unnecessary. So I'm glad to be in a different headspace for that. Just embrace it while you got it. So one thing that I have been doing this pregnancy that I also did in my previous pregnancy was barre classes. And that is one thing that I just recommend to everybody. They honestly just make me feel so much better, like just being stretched out, and I feel flexible. I feel like it really gets my body moving, and I like the way that it makes me feel. So I recommend that to all my people who are out there that are pregnant. There are virtual classes that we're doing right now since the pandemic and everything is going on. We're doing them at home, and I'm doing them as much as I can. Also, we've been going on like daily walks and stuff just to get my body moving and just to keep my energy up because I'm chasing my toddler. So at this point in my pregnancy, I've gained about 20 pounds. I have nothing to compare that to last time. I really didn't keep up with it. I know I gained about 40 pounds total last pregnancy. So I'm probably gonna assume that I'm gonna gain around the same with this pregnancy. We'll see, I guess. I do remember gaining the majority of the weight that I had for the previous pregnancy at the very end, which my baby was almost 10 pounds last pregnancy. I have to remind myself of that, but I'm sure that I'll just pack them on at the very end, just about the same as this one. So I'm just embracing it, like I said. I did do my glucose test this past week, and I passed, so I'm glad to say that I do not have gestational diabetes. I'm very thankful for that. I did not have it last time either. And all my iron levels and everything like that looked good at my appointment as well. So I haven't really had any cravings, like specific cravings, I guess. A couple of times I've craved Olive Garden salad and breadsticks. But I mean, who doesn't crave that all the time, because that's just delicious. But other than that, I haven't had any like specific things. I just like pretty much anything sweet. So all the sweets, that's what I like. Let's see. We've started working on the nursery. We have the nursery furniture, like the crib ordered, and we already have the change of table dresser here. We just are gonna paint it or stain it maybe. So we have to finish getting that ready. But we're trying to clear out the room and get it prepped and ready. That's one of the exciting parts about being pregnant, is getting the room all ready and nesting. I love that part. So while we're home and under this pandemic, I am doing a lot of organizing and nesting, making lists and trying to get things checked off. But yeah, so we're working on the nursery, trying to get that ready. I also want to mention, since I talked about it in my last pregnancy update video, that we were trying to sleep train my son, who had just turned like 14 months, I think. We did end up sleep training him with the Taking Care of Babies ABCs of Sleep class, and it worked wonderful for us. I think it took 2 days, 2 or 3 days, nights really, and he has been sleeping 12 hours every night on his own in his room, in his bed, and that has made everything just a little bit easier with this transition coming. I just wanted to have one less thing to worry about with him being up in the middle of the night and me trying to take care of a newborn. So I'm very thankful that we did that and that it's working so well for us. Not saying that it's going to work for you. I don't know your situation, but it did work really well for us, and I highly recommend taking care of babies. You can follow her on Instagram, and she has a lot of like tips and stuff for all different ages of babies. So I just wanted to make mention of that. But I just cannot believe how fast this pregnancy is going by. I guess chasing a toddler really makes things just fly by, but I'm thankful for it. And before we know it, the baby will be here. Oh, I'm so excited to share the baby with y'all, and I just appreciate each and every one of you for following me along on this journey. And I look forward to bringing all the different videos once the baby's here, the labor video and bringing the baby home. All of those special moments are just like so near and dear to me in my heart, and I just am excited to share that with y'all. So thank y'all so much for following me along. But yeah, if y'all have any questions or if y'all want to see anything in any of my videos, pregnancy related or whatever, let me know. Okay, and then I also wanted to mention one of the pregnancy apps that I like to use is called The Bump. And I'll show y'all for this week. I am 28 weeks. It's showing that the baby is the size of an eggplant, if y'all can see that. And it shows about 2 pounds and 14.8 inches. So I really like having that to look at. Each week it'll notify you like the size that the baby is and all of that. So that's really fun. I just wanted to mention that on here. Like I said, I am 28 weeks, so I'll show y'all my belly. Alright, this is my 28 week bump. And belly is getting big. Baby is all here. That's my 28 week bump. I just really cannot believe how big this baby is getting so quick. But anyways, thank y'all all so much for watching this video. I hope that y'all enjoyed it and that y'all got something out of it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you will be notified when I post a new video to my channel, and I would appreciate it so much. Hope y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all soon. Bye!